Welcome on in, everyone, for New Year's Eve to New Year's Day. I believe this is going to upload on New Year's Day. We are in hell. No, we're actually just in Ultrakill. We're going to be seeing Ultrakill played on this 1984 portable Panasonic black and white TV. This little mini beast of a TV was my dad's. May he rest in peace. Unfortunately, he died in 2025, so that was in June. And so, as we go into 2026, I did want to talk about several things, but I wanted to thank you guys for suggesting Ultrakill. So I play Pal World. I actually really like the game Pal World, and I like Pokemon. You know, those two things could be true at the same time, right? But yeah, I was just gonna say that with Pal World, they recently did an Ultrakill collab. So, you know, like, it's really great that you guys suggested Ultrakill to do for this, you know, playing on this little 1984 Panasonic. So yeah, this TV, if you guys are new to this whole thing, this is what we do around here on this channel largely. It's gonna be, so let me rewind here. So New Year's Eve is actually my favorite holiday, like New Year's Eve going into New Year. So I guess I'm very spirited right now talking to you guys. Played Ultrakill just a little bit to test on this thing, so I don't know a whole lot of what I'm doing yet. Like, I won't look like an Ultrakill expert, and I put it on hard, so I just want to, you know, preface that. And then we're playing on this little TV. It definitely makes it more difficult, but yeah. So with New Year's Eve, that whole spirit of just like, okay, we're gonna get into 2026, I did want to tell you guys this is sort of what to expect, you know. Like, I never really made a trailer for this channel or anything, and I think it's obvious if you've been around here and seen it before, but what to expect going forward is essentially we'll do like 70% of the content of the videos will be like this, where we have the Panasonic and we'll play games, whether it's modern, whether it's middle, whether it's retro, and all that. So yeah, you guys can suggest any of them, man. I want to hear what you guys have to suggest, because hey, just like somebody suggested Ultrakill, you know, like, we could seriously get into many games, you know. It's like I sometimes have to buy them, so, you know, we'll see. You guys, so far when y'all have been suggesting them, we've been playing them, but yeah. So again, something that I really love to do, and I feel like this is like the best part of doing this channel with the people that watch these videos, is that, like, I don't know what's gonna happen to it, you know. Like, I've already done the big YouTube thing. So for those who don't know me, hi, I'm Dr. Kendo. I really appreciate that you're watching this. Sincerely, you're gonna find out why too, like why this is so important to me. But I did a channel called Dr. Kendo Commentaries. It started in 2012, and in around 2014 I went like mini viral, or viral, I guess. Like, if you talk about millions of views, I guess, is that viral? I don't know, at least at that time it was. But it was doing a Scribble Nuts Unlimited creation series and stuff based on people's suggestions. And so, like, I had this series go on for over a decade. Like, it was like 2012 until about 23, 24 or so. That was like kind of when I stopped and when the channel fell off, really, you know. So like, I consider myself sort of in like this working retirement of content creation, and it's awesome because, like, I also created a Pokemon Go channel, and like, I did crazy kind of viral things on that. I was doing like these live streams that had like 800 people at them, 900 people, to do like raids in Pokemon Go. This would have been during like the COVID lockdown time, so that was, you know, its heyday in like 2020 until about 2023 or so. And so yeah, I've done a lot of things, you guys. Like, I've voice acted in a video game in 2025. Before then, like, I'm a character in like 3 different video games. It's crazy. Like, where I'm going with all of that is to say that now I just like thought, all right, it would be crazy to do this, but I'm gonna do it, is start a new channel. It's like, why do that, right? You know, I've got all these other ones. Well, there's something that's really magical, and if you want to do YouTube kind of the right way and like get the right audience, you do sort of need a separate channel for everything, or you need a lot of time to pass, like 10 years to pass or something, or like 6 years to pass without uploading, so it like algorithmically doesn't put you in the same box and stuff. It gets complicated, you guys. Don't worry about that though. So I was like, yeah, I really want to talk to people and like meet people through YouTube that are kind of in this phase of life that I've been in, which is like, I'm so just looking at all these nostalgic things. I've kind of always been that way since I like started growing growing up, but like now I'm 39 years old, and with my dad's death and having this TV and like kind of becoming obsessed with it, I've just been like getting back out all of my old video games, toys, everything that I had just sort of sitting in boxes, or maybe it wasn't displayed or just like not organized right and stuff. So my office, it's still a chaotic mess in here, so I can't show it all off. But one of these days we're gonna have to do like a tour. So man, did I go on lots of tangents, I guess. But yeah, that was essentially the point, to tell you guys, it's like, hey, we're getting into like a new year, 2026, right? Well, I think that will be the focus with doing this channel, is like, now that we have the retro Dr. Kendo channel, I was thinking, yeah, about 70% will be sort of like this, where we tell a story and we show you guys what a game looks like on this old 1984 TV. It was my dad's. There's a lot of like emotional stories that come out here. There's a lot of random stories. There's a lot of stories that relate to the games that we play, etc., etc. But the number one thing that I love is hearing from what you guys feel based off of this, right? So it's like, I can talk all day about what I feel, what I know, and all this, but then when I hear you guys, so like in the last video I talked about a Crown Victoria. My mom drove a Crown Victoria, and you guys actually had like comments about that, right? Like, isn't that so random that I would talk about that, and then we were playing Battle Tanks Global Assault, so it wasn't like we were playing some game that was entirely about cars, or I don't know, like what game would have a Crown Victoria in it? So yeah, to kind of get back on track here, is just, that's what I mean about this channel that I really have come to love already, but I only started it like, what, a month and a half ago? A little over a month and a half ago. I love how YouTube does this, but like, just people of a like mind, right? We can meet up, we can connect, and so that's what I really like. Again, so you guys are, when y'all comment on this stuff, that means everything to me, dude. Seriously, like this state of content creation of where I'm at right now, and again, I call it that working retirement, right? I don't know if that's the best way to say it, but it's just like, because I didn't give up on video making or whatever, but it's not like a serious thing anymore. I'm not doing the crazy grind and all that, so that's why I felt like it was the appropriate verbiage for that. But yeah, you guys, again, it's just like, when y'all talk about the topics that I talk about or something else, you know, like I always want to hear about what these games might make you feel, or the TV might make you feel, or my stories might make you feel, because any of this is like, I just found that I'm just kind of buzzing off of it, because I buzz off of my own life's nostalgia, but then when I hear about y'all and your like nostalgic toys, video games, cars, memories, whatever it may be, you know, it's just so cool. So thank you. Okay, so Ultrakill is crazy, you guys. When we were playing Doom Eternal, I do kind of put it in a similar box in some respects, but it's just like, when I was describing Doom Eternal, I was like, yeah, this game, you can really pull out these like combos and just kind of like quickly go through and kill, you know, you're gonna like mow down, use the chainsaw, do these like glory kills and stuff like that. And I had never played Doom Eternal, specifically Eternal, and so like now playing Ultrakill, dang, it takes that concept and that principle and it completely puts it on steroids. Like, it is absolutely on speed, because you can probably do way more things than I can. I'm playing it on like a hard difficulty while not really knowing fully what I'm doing. So yeah, I'm imagining if you're like really good at the combos and stuff, you could probably like slide into it, jump off the wall, and bam! And then of course, when there's more weapons and whatnot to choose from, I still have the first little gun, I forgot what it's called. So yeah, interesting game, man, interesting game. So thank you so much for suggesting that. And so I did put the Nintendo Zapper right there. This is not my original Nintendo Zapper. I wish that I had mine from childhood, just because I could like say I did. It's just, here was the weird thing, is like, when I started playing video games, you know, I was pretty young. I was born in 1986, but like, we had the NES, right? So just having the Nintendo Entertainment System, it was in my sister's room for some reason. I don't know. I think my parents, they must have thought I was like too young at the time. I mean, they did help me get the Sega Genesis when I was 6. So I guess that's like my first kind of real console to have in my own room and stuff. But I played on the NES that was in her room probably more than she did. And so we did have Duck Hunt, we did have our own Zapper and all that. I seriously do not know. There are so many things, and I try to minimize it, but there are so many things that are just a mystery to me of where did these things go. And I did move around the city a lot. I've always kind of stayed here in the same city and whatnot. I've just moved several times. I've been to several areas of town, and so it's just like, I know that some things got like lost, or somebody somebody threw something away here or whatever. And then my parents did a ton of garage sales back in the days. And so I can definitely imagine that, unfortunately, some of those things might have met a horrible demise that I would think I would not want them to be thrown away, of course, but to be sold even. But yeah. So I acquired it all back. This would have been many, many years ago. I did find somebody I knew on Twitter. They were like, hey, we're selling a Nintendo Entertainment System. We got Duck Hunt. We got the Zapper. We got 2 controllers. I was like, yes, do that. And I'm going to start trying to get back my whole library and whatnot. And some of it I actually do have. Very few games of the original, but I had a lot of the like original Mario, Super Mario Bros, those games and stuff. So I did at least still have some of the games, even if I didn't have the system. But all right. New Year's Eve, New Year's Day. I think, that's probably the last talking point that I'll have, and then I'll shut up. I don't know. The interesting thing is I was going to say, like, I'll shut up. Maybe you guys would like that better, but my videos tend to perform better on this channel when I, like, talk. I guess the longer that I talk about the memories, and it has to be good. I'm not, like, trying to become complacent or whatever and talk about just anything, but I do. Sometimes I do go on the tangents, but I try to make it something related, and so I hope I've been able to relate all of this right now. Right now, it's largely the time being New Year's Eve, New Year's Day. So here's my memory is like something that I love about it. I don't really make resolutions so much, but I do kind of like think about goals. I just think about things that I want to do better, in the next year, or something, even if it's not do better, just something to get involved in. And so I did have, though, a great memory. So this would have been like probably about like freshman or sophomore year of high school. And I had most of my friends were like in the neighborhood that I was in at that time. And so we did, though, live across the street from, we used to call her, I think, like Drunky McGee or something. It was this woman who would be a Karen, basically, but you didn't have the vocabulary of Karen back then. And so I had this friend who was such a pyro dude, and I'll use his username just in case. Like, I don't know if he'll ever see this and stuff, so like, hey, maybe he wouldn't want me to say his real name, but we'll call him Sin, S-Y-N, Sin of Grave. He has that username and stuff like that, so I don't know. I need to link him to this video so he could comment maybe, but I may not do that. I don't know. So he was such a like pyro, he just loved explosives, fire, and all that stuff. And so one of the big things was 4th of July and New Year's. He would definitely be the kid to go to for fireworks, and so we couldn't set off fireworks in our neighborhood, but people would do it anyway. Everywhere I've ever lived, I feel like people do that. So you feel me, you guys? It's like there's going to be fireworks even though you're not technically allowed to have them. And so my friend was setting them off, and we're in Texas, so clearly a place where a burn ban would be in effect probably many, many times. If you're going to like be a betting man, you would bet on a burn ban being in place. So there was one. And anyway, Drunky McGee came, belligerently bumbling out of her house, and she was like, what the hell are you guys doing? And then my friend just kind of looked at her and was like, hello, like kind of awkward. So Sin of Grave. And we had 2 other friends there. It was like a get together of us, but we were at my house, and it was my neighbor across the street. And so she's like, don't you guys know that there's a burn ban in effect? And then he goes, really? There is? And I was like, damn well that my friend Sin of Grave knows that there's a burn ban in effect. She don't know that, but I'm just saying, like, he was the master of that kind of like bullshitting people, And so that was so funny. It's just like this memory that I have of like her being drunk off her ass, and then she just like came out and she's like Karening to us, and don't you know that there's a burn ban in effect? And he just goes, there is? Like, it was like perfect timing too. Like, I don't know, it's just the ultimate thing you do when you're a teen in high school and trying to weasel out of a situation, I guess. I didn't really cause trouble, like I'm pretty, what's the word? I guess I'm boring. I don't know. Like I never smoked and did drugs and stuff like that. The only time I drank was when I was like 25 or something. Yeah, that's like 25 and beyond, and then I pretty much stopped drinking. I didn't even drink that much. So yeah, that's the point, right? And so yeah, again, I think that something about that memory kind of makes New Year's Eve and New Year's Day, coupled with other things that have happened. I like to eat the food, the good luck food and stuff. So it's just something about it. Christmas is usually people's favorite holidays, and Halloween. And so for me, it was randomly New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. And so once again, you guys, please just let me know, how was your New Year's Eve, day, whatever. I think this is uploading on day. How was your Christmas? If you got anything really cool, please let me know about it, man. Seriously, you may know or you may not know how much it means to me, but it means so much when you guys comment about your lives as it relates to the stories that I tell and the games that we show off. And so, please enjoy the rest of this Ultrakill here being played on this 1984 Panasonic. And thank you so much for viewing.